All right, and welcome back, everyone. We are underway with the Division One finals, the grand finale of the season. $5,000 on the line between University of Chicago and University of Warsaw. And of course, I'm joined by Grandmaster Christian Trilla, who is the coach of the Mizzou team. And we just were saying that UChicago might be the favorite. They took down, obviously, Christian's team in Mizzou, and they took down UC Berkeley yesterday. But Warsaw is actually the only team left that is undefeated. So this is definitely the match to tune in for today.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one is such a huge clash. I'm looking at the lineups for both teams. I'm just impressed by University of Warsaw's lineup. I see at least three grandmasters that I know. I do not know who Richard Egging is, but everybody else is a quite a high level grandmaster. So, um, this one is going to be a tight, very close match.
So I'm right now watching a Wonder Liang versus Grandmaster Arcadius Lignart, who is actually Warsaw's captain.
Yep.
So this is already a
Lanyard,
match between two
I,
grandmasters.
I I actually know him quite intimately. We played many times when we were kids because he's the same generation as I am, and I was meeting him very often at the World Youth and European Youth Championships.
Oh wow.
So he's a very experienced grandmaster. I'm not 100% sure how often he plays chess online, um, but definitely by the results of his team this semester, it seems like he's uh, he's handling it quite well.
So did you know he was a
Some people are
student?
saying go Warsaw, easy for Warsaw. So I see we have some Polish fans potentially in the chat.
Oh, for sure. They definitely support their teams. Lots of Polish viewership in general for
We have
chess
Chess
streams.
Java, who is of course rooting for Chicago. So yeah, this one is going to be a good match.
Yeah, so it's always good to see the fans supporting the teams, but yeah, the whole season has led up to this one moment, this one match. We're in the first round of four, unless there is overtime, which honestly I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I don't
There we
even
go.
know.
Some
I
more
don't even
Go
know.
Chicago in the chat. Yeah. It's this one is a split.
This is actually Warsaw's first season in the Collegiate Chess League. Chicago has been in the season or in the league for the past 3 seasons, I believe. They've been here since the very start, but this is the first time they've made it to the finals.
Yep.
So yeah, neither team has made it this far before. So this is gonna be a first for whoever wins it.
And by the way, Chess Red Nova, that is a Wonder Liang for U Chicago, is building up quite a nice time advantage. He plays so fast. I remember playing against him. All of my players were just uh, struck down by his speed.
Yeah, he's definitely a speedy player and uses that to his full advantage. I remember in the regular season watching him, he actually beat a national master and had more time on his clock than he started with.
Wow.
The game was already over and he had gained like 30 seconds. It was I had never seen anything like it before.
And he's looking good in this match. Right now, Black is definitely looking like the side to play for an advantage, mostly because the king is much safer, and that king on e1 definitely getting ready to castle alongside. But the question is, do you have time to get there? For example, right now I feel Black has to go for an immediate d4, and he goes for it.
Yeah.
D4 followed by d3, and just try to open up all my weapons towards your king. Bishop to g5. I
Double
also
attack,
like
but
what white
rook
is doing.
e8. Oof.
Rook e8 long castle.
Long
You have
castle
to
now.
run away.
Okay.
Yeah, just run. You have but long castle that allows queen takes c5. But queen takes c5 is going to be met by queen to c4, and that's going to force the trade of the queens, not
Ah.
lose the bishop on g5.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So yeah, maybe Linyard is getting out of it.
He's also considering d3, right? So what I wonder is thinking, just red nova. is also about d3 potentially, but that allows queen to e6. I have a feeling he's just going to force this endgame. Nevertheless, the more pieces are traded, the more White's chances to equalize potentially and get away with it increase.
Yeah, so maybe I wonder letting the foot off the gas pedal, allowing Arcadius to castle here. So now he's actually using some of this time he's built up to think about how he wants to follow this up. Does he take on
Precisely. So
c5?
queen takes c5 almost feels like has to be played. Nevertheless, once you play queen takes c5, it does feel like White probably got away with it. And he goes for king to b8. This allows king to b1, and I would assume we're going to see a sidestep with king b1 quite quickly played by White.
You're not gonna play b4.
No, I don't want to play b4. He goes for king to b1, allows queen to c5, but now bishop to f4
Bishop
followed by
check.
rook takes h7 might be an idea.
Rook h7.
Nevertheless, you have to be careful about discovery attacks. Knight to d5 is coming.
Knight d5.
Such a complex position right now. He goes for rook takes h7. Knight to
How
d5
about,
feels like the right decision right now.
okay, there's knight d5 hitting the bishop.
Queen to f3. You have to defend that bishop on f4. Oh man, there's so many things hanging.
Ooh.
Queen to c4. Now that's a brave move.
The bishop on g7 is hanging as well.
Maybe the right decision for White. Now, big moment right now. Is he going to trade the queens, which is likely going to lead to quite an equal endgame? Or is he going to try to keep the queens on the board with a move such as, well, I was going to say queen to f8. He goes for queen to b6, setting up this spin on the b file. Knight to c3 is on tap right now.
Oh.
Knight takes f4 and knight to c3. So bishop to d2 is an option for White. Nevertheless, after bishop d2, knight c3, I think the tactical melee ensuing is probably going to favor black.
Especially with the time pressure.
I like this move. Oh man, this queen b6, that's a superstar move right there.
Queen b6 from a wonder. Keeping all the pressure in the position.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not seeing White's response right now, because knight to c3 is a big problem in the position. Maybe you have to go something like king to a1.
King a1
he goes
played.
for it, but queen to g6
here
is coming. Oh, that's such a nice
hit the rook.
Hit the rook,
probably
and the knight
sack the exchange.
is attacking that bishop on f4. You
it's now
have
bishop.
to drop the exchange, but this is queen takes g4. This is game over. This is all she wrote right now. Knight to e3, even more decisive. That queen on c4
there goes the queen.
Lost. The game is lost.
Bota's gambit.
Red Nova opens up the score for UChicago, 1-0.
All right, now I'm looking at UChicago's second grandmaster, Praveen, looking to do well against Richard.
And Praveen, oh my goodness, again, such a huge time differential between these guys. Praveen 40 seconds, Richard 12 seconds. By the way, I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Me neither. I've been saying Rizard this whole match, this whole season. Yesterday, our co-commentary Grandmaster Ray Robson told me that the SZ in Polish makes like a CH sound in English.
Right.
So he was saying his name's Richard. Yeah. He's just calling him Richard. So I don't know. I don't know either.
Rook to e3.
Oh,
wait.
fork.
That finishes the game. That's
resignation.
A fork. Game over. 2-0 for UChicago.
2-0
for UChicago.
And
but it seems like Greif has 1 second. You have to move, man.
Oh, he flagged to Bartek, the captain
Bartek wins the game. That's 2-1.
So answering back.
Answering back, and they might actually answer back with 2 victories of their own, because right now Grandmaster Lucas is looking quite good. Piece up, that pawn going down the H file. I think this
H3,
might be a win
H2.
for Poland. for
So
University of Warsaw.
the top two boards for both teams getting the job done against the bottom two boards.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean Chicago taking the 2-0 lead, but Warsaw answering right back, keeping the match as close
Ooh,
as possible.
look at that move. H2. Look at that move.
Yeah, H2 just not even taking back on
Not.
B6.
And by the way, I think we're getting some sizable raid. So thank you very much to Kasparov Chess for
Hey, thank you
the
so
big
much.
raid with 681. We appreciate that. Welcome everybody.
So
We are looking at the match, the finals of Division One of the Collegiate Chess League between University of Chicago and University of Warsaw.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. I'm sure a lot of you are probably hearing about this for the first time. This is our third season of the Collegiate Chess League. Essentially, think of teams of 4 playing in college chess matches. It's 4 rounds of 4 games each. So here we had Grandmaster Lucas, the top board of Warsaw, getting a win. That evens the score up at 2 points apiece. So yeah, you guys are tuning in.
Points apiece.
It's you guys are right on time. You guys are right in the action. This is round 2 of 4 between these two teams. We have $5,000 on the line to the winner. I don't know who the favorite is in this match.
Such a contested matchup right now. We have 2-2 after the first round, 3 more rounds to go, and it seems like there's very little to separate these two teams.
Yeah, I mean the top 2 boards have won so far. Maybe this is going to be decided in the final round. Like I don't think either team's going to pull away until the very end.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, so which game do you want to focus on, Joe?
Well,
where do you want to take us?
I mean, I think we got to stick with a Wonder Liang from Chicago.
A Wonder Liang from Chicago. That sounds like a good matchup. He's playing against Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Again, until the end of the broadcast, I'm probably going to understand how to pronounce his name, but I'm going to call him Richard from now.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to pronounce that as difficult as it might seem compared to his chess.com username. I would know.
Yeah.
I've been calling him Scissor, but it's probably not that.
I think is Shore.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
Sure. I agree with you.
But that's just my guess.
We have someone in chat saying you pronounced it really good with Rijard. Is that right?
Something like that.
We can stick with that.
I'm going to shy away. I'm going to call him Shore.
Sure.
Red Nova versus Shore.
All right.
So Red Nova, by the way, is Grandmaster Wonder Liang, a prodigy of American chess. I think he became a Grandmaster, I think along the lines of when he was 14 years of age. A monster player, of course, and right now attending University of Chicago. I'm not very familiar with National Master from Poland, Richard Egging. And I think he's the only non-Grandmaster on the Polish team.
Okay, so trading dark square bishops, I think a Wonder's pretty comfortable with this trade.
Yep. And right now, Black has to focus on some sort of a6, b5 break on the queen side. If not, White is just going to slowly improve his position and suffocate Black.
Is White gonna try to take advantage of this this pin on the d6 pawn? Maybe go
e5 is a threat
E5.
At some point. Yes.
Yeah.
E5 is an option. Nevertheless, you don't want to hurry with that because how are you going to continue after e5? If you take on d6, then I'm going to activate my knight via knight takes d6. So in general, White's plan is to just keep the pawn structure as it is and try to play around it, especially on this d file. Plant the knight on d5, potentially go h4, h5, try to open up the h file and create an attack on the king side. You have options while your opponent, as Black, doesn't have a lot of space. And especially with this time control, it's going to become very difficult for Black to keep contact with White and to keep control of the position. By the way, again, a Wonder, 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Shore, 2 minutes and 58 seconds.
Yep, the
Huge
time advantage.
difference. Wow.
It's trying to trade off knights.
Yep.
We can also
I'm
look at
not.
Praveen against we got another Grandmaster versus Grandmaster match.
Oh, and that one is actually exploding.
Yep. So black still with the king in the center, similar to last game, although they did end up castling queenside early. But yeah, like if one of the if Horizon event Arcadia Schlinyart from Warsaw can get any points out of the top two players from UChicago, that is going to be huge for Warsaw.
Yeah, and I have to say, Praveen is. I don't want to call him the MVP of the University of Chicago team, but he's been having some spectacular performances. I know it firsthand because he just clean swept our team, which was 4 grandmasters. So Praveen can play some really clean chess, especially in this time control. I would say I would go as far as call him a blitz specialist.
I'm sure you remember his game against Antipov Mikhail, your board too.
Oof, oof,
Oh, I
yes,
still remember those
I
moves.
remember that. I remember that. Yes,
That was
he
such
did
a
get a bit
nice game.
lucky against our top board against Grigorio Party. I think he was completely lost in that one, but still kept the game as close as possible and managed to swindle uh, our top
Yeah.
board.
So Praveen,
So he's a very resourceful player.
yeah, Chicago definitely very stacked on the
And
top two boards.
by the way, right now D6 is coming and he plays it, and it seems like White is just simply breaking through right now.
Yeah, D6 hurts.
You cannot go Queen D6 because that allows Knight to B6. That's discovery, and I'm going to pick up the Rook on A8. If you take on D6, Knight takes D6 with a check comes. What are you going to do right now? Queen to D8, allowing me Knight takes E5. This is just completely lost.
There's Knight F7. Yeah. Oh.
Knight F7 is on the board.
Praveen making a grandmaster look. I don't know, man.
Average.
This is not
Average.
not looking hot. So
No, no, no. Rook is going to come to F1. Somebody in the chat says, Blitz specialist? Praveen is a chess specialist. He definitely plays quite well.
doesn't matter about
Rook to
time
F1
control.
seems to doesn't matter. That is true. I like the idea of bringing another attacker into the game. I see that king on F8 on an open file. I put a rook on the open file, so I would go rook to F1 right now.
Yeah, that or Knight G5 even saving the knight.
Knight G5 is on tap. I'm just not in a hurry to go that. I see that I have
Which
Knight
doesn't
G5
even
whenever
matter.
I want. I want to go rook to F1, and then I'm going to go Knight to G5.
There it is.
And he goes for it.
So yeah,
By the way,
black
Queen to F3 is also a big threat right now.
Queen F3. Yep.
By the way, so this one is looking really good for University of Chicago. How are the other game? How is Lucas versus Greif? I remember Greif had a really strong performance in previous matches, despite the fact that in some encounters he was heavily the underdog.
Yeah. So Greif, one of the bottom two boards from the Chicago team that they don't get as much attention because obviously their top two boards are the stars of the team, but these bottom two boards from Chicago, you can't ignore them. They do the work. They didn't get any points in that first round, but I would not be surprised at all if they play an instrumental role in potentially winning this match for the Chicago team. The top two boards can't do it all by themselves. They need some support.
And it definitely looks in this game that Greif is doing quite well. So piecewise, is it's equal. Now I'm picking up this pawn. I have the 2 bishops. And how many pawns am I up right now? 2 at the moment. Nevertheless, he can take one back on b4, which is
There it
probably going
is.
to be
Yep.
done. Bishop takes b4. Okay, white has definite compensation. You cannot take on c5 and open up the b file. That's going to be decisive due to work on b1, knight on d6. Nevertheless, with I like this move f3. Oh
Ooh,
my goodness, that's
F3.
really nice move.
Positionally, just trying to ruin White's kingside pawn structure, open up the defense, and start attacking, immediately just undermining the defense of h3. White
Quickly for
ignoring, bringing the
centralizing the
queen in.
queen.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Yeah, I love White's
Yeah, both
knight
these players
on
are playing a
d6.
really good game.
So Praveen has finished the job against Arcadius. So taking the
Praveen
lead.
has won. It seems like Red Nova is on his way to winning his game as well.
Yeah, his structure is much better. What Black's gonna probably be dropping some of these center pawns.
But let's stay with this one because it's getting wild. Let's stay with this Lucas versus Graf game.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is such an important matchup. If Greif can get a positive result, then University of Chicago is looking good.
Exactly. Lucas, the top board for Warsaw, definitely is going to need to match the top two boards for Chicago point for point against the bottom two boards of Chicago. If not, that's going to not bode well for the Warsaw team.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see King takes G2. White is maintaining that pressure on the potentially opening up B file. And Black has to find a way to connect his pieces for the defense. Maybe rook to h7. Defend that 7th rank. What do you think of that, Joe? Here goes bishop to f6.
Well,
Never mind.
Rook h7. Yeah, the bishop on d4 was hanging. So yeah, I was gonna say, Christian, I wasn't impressed by rook h7.
You got me there. You got me there. You definitely got me there.
So now that the bishop's out of the way, there's c takes b6. Now trade the bishops.
Trade the bishops like that? I'm not convinced about this.
So now
I'm not convinced about this c takes b6. I would have loved that knight on d6 to stay there. So I'm not sure about this c takes b6 weakening the control of that d6 square right now.
Rook takes b5.
Oh, rook takes d5.
Huge tactic. Yeah, that pawn on c6 is pinned. So bishop c5.
Goodness, he has to go king to c8, and right now White is looking to checkmate.
Or rook c6. No, this is over.
You don't have time for that because rook takes c6 is coming. Oh, that was such a nasty blow.
And just what they needed too from their top board, this Warsaw. So looking to tie it up at 3 points each.
King to c7, only way to defend that pawn on c6. You have to play it fast. 20 seconds for both players. This one is not clear. You have to go king to c7 though. And you have to do it fast.
No, rook c6 now.
Rook takes f6 is going to follow up.
B1.
Rook to b1.
This has to be mate. That's mate.
That's checkmate. Greif falls.
Rook a6, GG.
Lucas. So that equalizes the score right
exactly.
now. 3-3. Supernova. Well, actually, I was saying that Supernova is going to win that, but
this is looking even.
It's clear that this is not going to be easy.
That B pawn is fast. So probably he's thinking...
The B pawn is going to be kept at bay by the knight coming d3. Now, the question is, which pawn is faster, the h pawn or the g pawn? So I feel like I want to go h5. Get ready to go g6 followed by h6. See if he goes for it.
Low on time. Both players, actually, a wonder's under on time now.
Going down to his last 10 seconds. Go for h5, I wonder.
There it is.
There we go. And now g6, followed by h6.
H takes.
h6, no.
Is h6 better?
Go for h6.
So this covers knight
d3. Much better. But now knight to e2 is an option. No, knight to e2, knight to d5. Wait a minute.
Knight d5.
What is this? Knight to d5, check. Followed by b2. And there's no way to stop the pawn. There's no way to stop the pawn.
Oh my god.
B2, and right now,
queen
to queen to f1 gets
queen f1.
The knight.
Queen
so
f1's
you
a
have
fork.
That option if you want. Yes, but I'm convinced that maybe there's something even better than that. This is not going to be an easy defense for a Wonder. And by the way, this is such a huge result if Richard manages to win this one.
Oh, for sure.
Knight to f6. Get the knight closer to the king.
Okay,
Knight
here.
to e7. That's a good move as well.
There's no queen g7.
No queen g7 because of knight f5.
Exactly.
So there's no more checks right now. The knight is
Queen
getting close
queen a7
to that king.
was one, but
how do you defend this?
Check. Uh-oh.
King has to go to h7, and he goes for it.
Queen covers mate. It's no more knight checks. There's some queen checks. Queen goes to f6. This is threatening.
That's it. Queen to h4. No, he misses it. Queen to h4. Wins the game.
Queen
Still
e5.
wins the game.
Oh, knight move hitting the queen. Queen check.
Oh, that was such a huge miss. That was such a huge miss. He got so close to it. But right now, it seems like white is making some progress with
Queen
his
e6. Now white has the checks.
King to d5, king to d4. King stays on the dark squares. King to e3, hiding from
king is running.
The annoying checks. Okay, we're starting over.
Wait. There was queen e6.
Queen is
block with check. That was it. That was a
check. That
was a dead drawn position right there.
Nice catch there, Joe. But it seems like he didn't see it. Not that he's to do it with 5 seconds on clock and all this pressure on your shoulders. Oh, that's it.
Okay. All right. There it is.
Escape with
but that
a
is
draw.
That is still a huge. Oh, and we have Bartek and Zwischenslug with a draw. Actually.
So that means it's still tied.
It is still tied.
4-4 after two matches. Wow. At the halfway point of this big clash in the finals of Division 1, we are still tied. 4-4.
Okay, so going into the second half, round 3, I'm looking at Greif versus Arkadiusz. They've already started their game.
But I feel we have to focus on Bartek.
Bartek and Wonder, their match has just started, so of course.
That is such a huge matchup right now, and I know Bartek has some problems with his time management, especially when he's being put under pressure, and we know that Red Nova can put a lot of pressure on his opponents when it comes to their clocks.
Yeah. And that's going to be a deadly combo. Is there going to be an exchange sacrifice on h4? I guess not. At least maybe not yet.
The answer is no. So he took the pawn on h4, allowed the opening of this h file, which might become problematic for white. Nevertheless, a pawn is a pawn.
That is true.
A pawn is a pawn, and if you manage to stabilize the position as white, well, you're just going to be a pawn up, and you're going to have the better position and maybe even the winning position.
So we know Yasser's somewhere smiling for Bartek taking a pawn there.
Yes, absolutely. By the way, h3 followed by rook h1 seems like a defensive setup that I would follow.
Yeah, so I wonder, giving up a pawn for that open h file, Bartek taking the pawn, and I think Wonder's just gonna try to just keep like bringing the pressure. Look at the queen to d7, threatening queen h3. So now h4 for white, and Wonder's just gonna keep up the time pressure, keep up the intensity on the king side, trying to get this activity back.
But Bartek is doing the right things. With this move h4, basically the rook on h8 becomes obsolete. There's no more attack on the h file. To be honest, I'm not seeing the conversation anymore. I think Bartek is in the driver's seat right now. It seems like black is trying to follow so many plans. You're going to play on the king side. Now you're going to play on the queen side with this knight to a5. Its pieces are very disconnected from each other. I just don't see the positive in this plan of opening up the h file by giving up a pawn and then going on the other side with the move knight to a5. Now b3 simply defending the pawn on c4 seems like the right move.
Yep, there's b3. A wonder castling long now, getting the king out of the center. Up about a minute.
Yep, still big time advantage. Nevertheless, the position seems to have stabilized, and right now it doesn't feel like white is in any danger to, let's say, miss any big tactics. And this is whenever you sacrifice that h pawn, this is what you're looking towards. You're looking to build up a game in which if white makes a single mistake, he's going to lose the game. It doesn't seem to be the case right now. White has just simple moves. The king on g2 is perfectly safe, and it just feels like he has a clear advantage.
So I'm.
By the way, it seems like one of the matches hasn't started
Yeah,
yet. The
we're
one
missing
between
Praveen versus
Praveen
Lucas.
and Lucas, right?
Yeah, so
Is that the one?
hopefully Lucas is gonna show up soon, but we're just gonna have to wait for that one to start. But I do see we have some of the bottom boards are playing. Like now, Horizon Event, the bottom board grandmaster for Poland, they've haven't won any games. Neither has William Greif, and now they're playing each other. So this could be both players' first chance at getting a point here.
Absolutely. Look, that's a big matchup as well. But I do feel like we should stick with
Just
Bartek
sticking with
versus
Bart, of course. I mean,
at least until the other big match is going to start, because this is board one versus
board
but it
two.
might as well be board one versus
Well, the thing with
um,
Warsaw's team is they're just so balanced. Anyone could be board one. Anyone could be,
precisely.
board two.
Yeah, yeah, and it just seems like Bartek is pretty much in control right now.
Yep. Both of these players are 1.5 so far out of two. I would love to watch Praveen versus Lucas when that happens. Both of those players are undefeated, 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's a big matchup. And White right now is building up the pressure on d5. At some point, he's going to bring the knight to b5 to force black to do something, either d5 or try to find another defender for the d6 pawn. But if you go d5, then also the king becomes a little bit weaker. Black king on d7 becomes a bit weaker. So let's see. I like this idea of queen e8, queen f7, getting that queen off the d file. It felt a bit vulnerable there. So I like what Red Nova is doing right now.
Okay, so queen to e3.
Queen to e3, yes.
Maybe the knight. Oh, knight. So knight
Knight jumps to
g4.
g4. Maybe he missed that move. Queen to f4, but that
Looking to trade
almost
queens.
feels like it forces the trade of the queens.
So bishop, knight back.
Red Nova says no. Knight to f6.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to trade the queens. But now knight to b5 is a serious contender. Or maybe e4 first. Knight to e4, by the way. Is that a move?
Can we take on f6? Would we just do that?
I don't want to give up my bishop.
No.
I really don't want to give my bishop.
I was thinking
Because
if
you take on
pawn
f6,
takes,
I'm going to take with a pawn, yes.
but the knight g5 maybe?
That's fine. And then I go
It's fine.
queen to g8.
Okay. And then knight e4.
Yes. And that's definitely a position that maybe white is having its eyes on. Maybe it's the right way to do it. Because after e5, then you can just go queen to e3, and now you're going to play against the very locked bishop on e7. I like what you're doing, Joe. I think that's a very good plan, and Bartek definitely has his eyes on it.
So I wonder
Let's see
might
if he's
take
going to
with
go
the
for it.
queen.
But if you take with a queen, then that trade
That's just good for
can
white.
only favor white.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because once we exchange that, I'm going to go knight to b5, and the endgame just doesn't feel stable at all. That pawn on d6 is going to be lost.
Bartek's using a lot of time here, but this is definitely a key position.
Yes. Keep position. If he takes on f6, that seems to be giving him a decisive advantage.
Ah, Lucas and Praveen
By
have
the
just
way,
started.
yes.
So we do
And
have
he
a
took
capture
on
on f6.
f6.
Pawn
He's
takes.
going for it.
Ah, but knight b5.
No, knight to b5.
Still threatening. I mean, you could even take on d6 with the rook, maybe. No, so the queen's
But
hit.
that's missing a golden opportunity because right
The
now,
knight, you like knight g5.
f5. No, he's
Oh.
not going for f5. He goes for queen to e6. Knight takes a7 is an option.
Exactly. That's a beautiful move.
Pick up another pawn. Let's go for it.
Knight a7, taking advantage of the pin on the knight. No, going for the trade here.
Queen to b5. Yeah, knight takes a7 was a golden opportunity. You cannot trade the queens because after rook d5, your pawn on d6 is going to be hanging. And that endgame is just hopeless. You have to keep the queens on the board as much as possible.
Oh, they traded.
Right as I said it.
Rook
Right
d5.
as I said it.
Knight d4. But yeah, Bartek missing perhaps a couple opportunities. But look at, they're at 30 seconds.
30 seconds, but it doesn't matter. The position is so winning right now. Just take on d4. You can take on d4, or you can go e3 first.
I like e3 better.
He goes for e3, yes. Knight takes b5 is going to be played, but that just allows me to lock such an imposing control on the light squares. I'm going to go knight d2, followed by knight c4 next. Yeah, this one is really good for white.
I wonder's pawns are just blocking in the bishop. This is a tall pawn on e7.
Yeah, now we're going to see a4.
A4, keeping
stabilizing
that
structure
there.
On the queen side. Rook to a8. Okay.
Rook takes d6.
This one is not that easy.
Takes. Oh, wonder's getting some pawns back.
He is, and we're going to see a pawn race.
But h5.
So whose pawns? h5 seems like the right idea.
c4, c3.
That's what we're going to see.
Oh my goodness!
Pawn race right now.
Look at that.
h7.
C2.
Okay, that's fine. Rook to c1.
Rook c1.
Rook to c1. Rook to c3
Rook
has to be played. No, rook b1, rook takes c2, and that's game over.
So you need
but you
to
have to defend that pawn on c2 with a move rook to c3. Nevertheless, then I have another pawn. I'm going to go g4.
G4, G5,
G6.
Okay, Bartek's looking good.
That. Oh, Bartek is winning this one.
By the way,
Bartek is winning this one.
Greif takes down Arcadius. That is a point lead for Chicago. But yeah, a wonder's looking in shambles here, as the H and G pawns are going to be way too fast.
Yeah, let's see if he's going to be able to convert this one. I see an idea of e4 potentially. Try to open up that fifth rank, and if you go g5 to attack you with rook to b5, that seems to be the only defensive idea that I can see to stop this move, g5, g6. If my pawn gets to g6, resignation is on tap.
Can't allow that.
So e4 feels like the right decision. Nevertheless, after e4, the thing is, I'm not in a hurry. I can just play the move king to g3. Yeah, he's completely busted right now. We're going to see rook to f7, g5, g6,
g6. Yep.
g7.
G7 on the board. There's a queen.
Well, there's a queen, and that pawn on c2 is hanging as well into f3. Yeah, this is going to be an easy conversion for GM Bartek, who takes the lead right now. Actually, no.
No, it's tied 5-5 now.
Won. Oh my goodness. Greif won his match against the Grandmaster, scoring an important victory for University of Chicago. And then Bartek bounces back, responds with a victory of his own against a wonder.
Okay.
What a match.
We have to see Lucas and Praveen.
Sure, but
Zvishenczuk is also very low on time.
Zvishenczuk has 8 seconds, and he's facing a deadly attack on the queen side. Bishop
takes b3. has to be crushing for Rijard. Just
Looks good.
removing the defender of A1.
Looks really good.
And they got plenty of
Bishop takes
time.
b3. C takes b3 has to be played after that. No, but that's just losing. Yeah. Yeah, that's just losing. If he plays bishop takes b3, I think it's pretty much game over.
They got a minute to find it. There it is.
And he goes for it.
Queen
And the problem
takes,
is
now
that
rook
at
A1.
the end of all these things, I have queen to a1 checkmate. So you cannot take the bishop on e7.
There it is.
Queen to a1
Mate in
checkmate.
one. All right.
Mate is on the board.
Warsaw taking their first lead of the match in round 3.
And the pressure is on Praveen to try to equalize the score.
So another Grandmaster versus Grandmaster match. Praveen with the black pieces. What's going on here? We have Knight versus Bishop. Looking fairly even. I guess White wants to play for f4.
Yes, unfortunately, f4 is not that easy to play because you're going to allow me to take on e4.
Yeah, e4 would be hanging.
E4 is hanging.
So I see some questions about Bartek playing. Bartek is a PhD student at University of Warsaw. He was actually invited to play, not as a student, but for his team that he was the coach in Texas, UTRGV. And he responded, "Hey, I got a team here at Warsaw I'd like to register." And I said, "By all means." And now here they are in the finals. You love to see it. They literally registered the last. Oh, what?
Coaches can also play?
No. His team was invited, UTRGV. And then that's
so I cannot play for Mizu.
No. As much as we would love that, this is a collegiate league for players and students only.
That's what I thought.
So if you want to play, you gotta get your PhD, Christian. You gotta
PhD at the University of Bucharest, yeah,
or wherever you know. I'm sure you're a smart guy. You apply whatever program you want to go to. So okay, a4 from Lucas.
I like what he's doing, taking some space on the queen side.
Imagine for a moment, if Lucas wins this, there is 7-5 lead going into the 4th round. That would be huge for Warsaw.
Oh, that would be huge. Yeah, that's a big margin. Given that the matches and the games have been so contested, that is such a huge margin for Warsaw. So right now it feels like Praveen almost close to a must-win situation. I don't know if he knows it, by the way. I don't know if he knows that his team is down right
now. I wouldn't be surprised if he knew, as you said earlier, their team chemistry, they're very well bonded. They seem to be very aware of the situation. They're always spectating each other's games. A lot of times you'll see them actually in the chat of the games talking and cheering on their teammates, as well as guessing the move, which you can do on chess.com. So
yeah.
But obviously Praveen wants to win every game he plays, as that's something that's actually expected of him, being as good as he is.
And you can see it also on their chess.com ratings. Praveen 2868, Lucas also a grandmaster, but more than 300 rating points separating two of them. So it's quite clear that Praveen is the more active player on chess.com. That should definitely give him a slight edge.
So it looks like both players still jockeying for position. No captures or pawn advances yet. Just shuffling the rooks, trying to poke and prod at some potential weaknesses, but nothing drastic so far.
One thing that you're not seeing very often is Praveen being down on time. And right now he's a little bit down on time. So he understands that this is a big pressure moment for his team.
Mm-hmm. I think
Rook
Lucas
to e5, allowing the move bishop to c3. Now, White can potentially try to go bishop to c3 and say, okay, do you want to draw or not?
Bishop c3. Yeah, I think Lucas seems to be okay with just sitting back, waiting for Praveen to try to push the situation.
He goes
Uh,
for rook to e2. Now this has an obvious threat, and that is, well, to go d4 and take on d5. And that would be problematic for black. So black has to make a decision right now. Is he going to go d4? Wait a minute.
he defends.
Wait a minute. No, d4 doesn't work right now. That's a smart move by Praveen.
Yeah, so this pins the e pawn.
Pins the e pawn right now, and
There's
he
d4.
goes for d4 still. But
Rook
what are you
back.
going to do after rook to e6? Now he's getting the
King
king
g2.
on the f file to defend the rook on e2 and saying that at some point I'm going to open up the position with e takes d5. How are you going to prepare against that?
I am not sure.
I think king g2 has to be responded with king to g7. You have to bring your king to the defense as well.
Really? Wow,
Yeah,
there it is.
I think, and he's going for it. He has
The
to go to
kings are
f7,
mirroring.
defend that rook on e6. Get ready to just simply take on d5 whenever you take on d5.
Okay, so yeah, the king's defending the rooks. Bishop b4, hit the rook, just rook back to e8, right? Yeah.
Yep. Rook to e8,
Bishop
bishop to
back.
d2, and we're seeing
It's not
a
right
as you call
reroute.
it, jockeying for position right now. Seems like white doesn't have a great way to
There's
continue,
e5.
but this knight to f8 opened the opportunity to go e5.
Yeah.
Knight
So
to
now the knight goes
g6 back.
back.
Now, it does feel like this is what black wanted out of this position.
Uh-huh.
To force white to go e5. Now you're likely forced to take on f6 as well. We're going to exchange the rooks, and then I'm going to have a better pawn structure. I'm starting to like Praveen's chances in this one.
Yeah, and so Praveen just kind of waiting and putting the rook on e5, kind of provoking white to play d4, right? And Lucas could have just sat
and they're
still.
going for this. Oh, this is going to be a very difficult defense for white, especially with low time. King to f5, followed by knight to f4. And sorry, but how do you defend that? Because that's a losing
Oh.
pawn endgame. Knight to f4.
How about
just
knight
wins
h4?
right now.
This, yeah, no. This knight is just going to gobble up these pawns. And if you take the knight, the king's going to take the pawns.
He has to go king to b4 and try to find counterplay on the queen side, but
It's
you're
so
definitely
slow.
not in time.
Knight
no,
h3.
it's so slow.
Knight h3.
Knight h3 followed by h4. Oh, this is looking really good for Praveen. Praveen might be taking this one home and giving University of Chicago
back to tied. 6-6 going into the final round. But this game's not over yet.
Knight to e2, yes.
Knight
to
e2.
e2, that's a nice move. Taking away the g3 square from the bishop. h2
this is over.
Going to come on the board. h1, give me the queen, and that's all she wrote. This is over.
2 seconds. Yeah, there's going to be the queen. 2 seconds. 1, he's going to flag. No moves. Praveen tying it for Chicago. He's 3 for 3.
Huge.
Handing
huge
Lucas
game.
his first loss of the match. We're
huge
going into
game.
the fourth
round.
round.
By the way, we do have going into the final round. One game already started. The game between Horizon event and Zwischenzug.
Yes.
Zwischenzug.
So,
yeah, those German words, man.
It's all down to this. I mean, if they go to overtime, that's going to be another insane round of chess.
6-6 going into the final round. This is exactly what you want to see in the finals.
Exactly. This is as close as it's going to get, Christian, after 3 rounds. And again, there is $5,000 on the line. The winner takes it all. Although second place is still guaranteed $2,500, but obviously,
okay,
these
so
players
it's a $2,500 match, right?
Exactly.
Now. All right. Well, not only that, but
it's
the
first.
Prestige,
it's the title.
To win Division 1 of the Collegiate Chess League is huge.
Exactly. So
right now we see Long Castle, but on time we see that the Grandmaster from Poland is really struggling in this match.
Yeah, half the time of Christopher.
Half the time against Zwischenschul. And by the way, why are the other games not starting right now? Because
I don't
guess
know.
you want to start the
Okay,
games
I
as soon
see
as possible.
Praveen and
There we go.
Bartek.
Oh, that's another big one, and maybe we should go to that one actually.
So Bartek hasn't lost yet. They're 2.5 out of 3. They took down a Wonder, but can they take down the undefeated 3-for-3 Praveen? So we got a Carl
Praveen with the
Khan.
white pieces, we're seeing this kind of very theoretical battle, and the question is going to be who has the better theory in this line, because we're going to see something along the lines of h4, h6, bishop to h5, followed by bishop to d3, and going into a very theoretical and dangerous line of the Caro-Kann. He goes for knight e5. Okay, this is a different approach, maybe a more modern. I'm seeing all sorts of knight takes f7.
Yeah, knight
On
f7.
tap.
You have to keep that in mind.
By the way, I think maybe bishop takes c6 right now, if you don't do anything, is a threat. Not convinced. But we see knight to d7 f4, and Praveen is just blitzing out his moves.
Yeah, he hasn't
He's
lost any time
definitely
yet.
has had this position previously on the board in a different game.
And
He
that's a
knows
huge
what he's doing.
advantage. You have white in the last round here. They know the openings they want to play.
Yeah, yeah. And Bartek has been unbreakable for University of Warsaw, but right now he's under tremendous pressure.
Mm-hmm. He's already under a minute on the clock, less than his opponent. We've got all the games started,
And
so I see a
all the
Wonder in
games are
Lucas.
right now. Yep, all the games are underway. How is okay? Richard against Drive seems to be just starting. Nothing exciting has happened yet on the board. Red Nova just started as well. Let's stay with this Praveen game, because right now this feels like a key match.
It seems that Bartek is starting to sweat already.
That's the problem.
A minute
That's
and
the
a
problem
half.
for Black right now. With 3 minutes on the clock against 5 minutes, and such a defensive setup for Black, such a passive defensive setup for Black, I don't think you want to be in this situation. Also, Praveen
Queen
knowing
e2.
exactly what he's doing.
So now f7 is a threat.
Knight takes f7 is a big move coming if you're not going to pay attention. I'm sure.
Oh,
Wait,
it's there.
what?
It's
Whoa!
there.
Knight takes f7 is there.
What
And
is
he goes for it.
Bartek?
This is
Why?
it. Oh my goodness. Knight
Oh
takes
no,
f7.
that's
The
resignable.
pressure got to Bartek.
That's a
The
fork right
pressure
there.
just
If you
simply
don't
got to
take, if you
Bartek.
do take queen takes e6, mate soon to follow. Oh my goodness, that's not what you want to see if you're a fan of Warsaw.
This is game over. Praveen is taking it all the way to the bank. He's going to sweep University of Warsaw.
Oh my goodness, Praveen unstoppable. There's no stopping this man.
Unbelievable.
And that's gonna give Chicago a 1-point lead with 3 games remaining.
Let's go to the Horizon game. Horizon event game. Horizon event game
So
against Wissenshoot, because Arcadius is down to his last 15 seconds, 18 seconds right now.
And Arcadius is the only player that hasn't gotten any points on either of these teams. He's had a rough tournament so far. This is his last chance to get points back.
He's not looking good in this one either.
So that's going to be an unfortunate result if he doesn't turn things around here.
Look, Black is looking really good right now. He has the bishop pair. He has the active plan potential, b5, b4, destabilizing knight on c3. You do have to be careful whenever you play b5 about knight to c5, but knight to c5 is going to be met by bishop to d4. So the thing is, those knights are very much stuck for white. We see knight to b4, trying to pick at those pawns. I like this move. Knight takes c2 is on tap right now. Bishop takes c2. Wait, what? Give me that pawn.
Knight c2.
That's game over. Bishop takes b3 is also coming on the board. Knight takes e2.
Oh
This is
man.
game over, guys.
Rook takes. Rook takes.
Rook
But
takes, rook
yeah,
takes,
the
and
rook on
that's it.
e1 is hanging. The knight on b3 is hanging.
Bishop takes
Bishop
b3.
takes, defends the knight. That is it. That is it.
Now I can take on rook to
Rook
d2.
check.
Yeah.
That
The
defends.
simple way.
There's knight e3 check. No, bishop takes first. Rook takes d1 followed by knight e3. Oh,
that's
man.
so nice.
Oh, Zwishen's leg.
Chicago takes the commanding lead right now, 7-2-5.
And
No, 7-6. And Praveen hasn't finished
I'm looking
his
back
game,
at
but it's
Bartek, so he gives up the
really
rook.
good. 7-6 right
Let's see
now.
what happened.
Praveen could be taking this one to 8-6, and they would only need a draw from their last two games.
Yep. It could be coming apart here for the Warsaw team. Bartek down to
Chicago
20
looking
seconds. I don't see Bartek coming back.
No.
30 you look
seconds.
At a Wonder
Rook
versus
down.
Lucas.
Rook down, absolutely no compensation. Let's stick with this one just to
see the finish.
Because a Wonder, they still have 3
Rook
minutes
AD1.
each.
It's too
There's
obvious.
still plenty of playing that one.
Yeah. 450 for Praveen and only 10 seconds for Bartek. And like you said, down a rook, no compensation.
This is
queen check.
And he plays so fast.
Now
he
queen
plays
h6.
So fast. Just knight takes g6. Queen takes h6. Yeah, no, this is horrendous position for black. Praveen putting in the final touches on his much more experienced opponent, GM Bartek, a former European champion and a coach at a top-level university here in the US.
I'm hearing a draw offer from a Wonder Liang.
Haha, he knows. He knows that Praveen is on his way to winning this one.
Oh, man. Chicago can feel the win.
Knight to f6, queen takes h6 is going to be played.
Castles.
Finally, black manages to castle. But I have a feeling is a bit too late.
Bishop takes d5. Looks pretty solid. If knight takes, there's
Bishop
c4.
takes d5 is definitely a move.
I mean,
knight
just
takes
trading.
c7 is a move as well. Pretty
so
much
we have a capture,
right
pawn
now.
takes, now knight takes e7 check.
I like bishop d4. I like bishop d4 or knight takes e7 followed by bishop d4. Just
it's
put that bishop on the long diagonal.
It's all winning.
It's all winning. It is all winning right now.
And yeah, this match is all UChicago now. After having it as tight as possible after the first 3 rounds, it all comes apart here in the 4th and final round.
By the way, draw was declined in
of course.
A Wonder and Lucas. Lucas knows
it's a must-win
situation is dire right now.
The draw was declined.
Yeah, this.
Now Rijard actually offering the Chicago player a draw.
What? Really?
Yeah, William Greif declined. No, he did. William Greif is playing on. He doesn't want the draw. No pity draw.
I think William just simply doesn't know. That
maybe he doesn't know, but who knows? I don't know. They're going on. Yeah, I mean, Greif is. I mean, I don't blame them. Their position's much better.
It's good. It's looking good. They're looking to dominate their opponent right now. We see a very fancy rook to g8 by Bartek. I don't know if you spotted that one. Yes, but decline. I'm not going to take your rook. Sorry, I'm not going to take your queen and allow you to get your rook and skewer me on that file. I'm just going to go rook d2.
I see it. I see it. So
now I think the easiest way to do things is to just simply go rook to e1 and get ready to sacrifice that rook for the bishop, and that's exactly what he does.
The bishop saved itself in the exchange
sacrifice. C4 right now opening up. The d file looks tempting as well. bishop to e5 or queen to e5 to keep that king on the c file looks tempting as well. It just feels like anything wins at this point.
All right. You want to look at a Wonder and Lucas?
Sure.
Lucas is up right now. A pawn.
He's up a pawn, but I mean, he has triple pawns on b file. You're going to lose those pawns. At least one of them you're going to lose in the next move. You cannot defend in any way. You can go rook to a4, but then you lose the b5 pawn.
So or doubling, going for a2.
Rook takes going a2. For a2. But
so
right
Praveen,
now, I can take
just
on
finished
b5.
The sweep of
Praveen
Warsaw.
Just won his game. So right now, University of Chicago wins the match with a draw.
And William Greif declined to draw. So he better win this game. Imagine if he loses. But
and Red Nova loses as well.
Oh my goodness, that would be
that would be
unbelievable.
That would be an epic failure.
So Red Nova's still offering a draw. Oh. That would be the comeback of the century in collegiate chess.
All right, we see that knight going to e8. Now we're probably going to see bishop to f8, and black definitely would love to exchange those dark square bishops so that my knight can go to d6. If I manage to land the knight on d6 and exchange dark square bishops, strategically I'm actually better with black. But I don't know. I mean, this is not that easy for Red Nova.
So the match is not over yet. Chicago just needs a draw in one of these last two games.
This is not over yet, and but it does feel like Greif is doing really well in his match. He declined the draw, but it seems for a good reason, because right now he has such a commanding queen on e5. Look at that queen. How I've never seen a more beautiful queen than the queen on e5.
Hard to kick that queen out of there.
Impossible.
Impossible, that's right.
Such a nice queen on e5. Yeah, and now he's getting ready to sacrifice something. He's getting ready to play g4, and something has to give.
G4.
Maybe the other rook coming to h4. I think he's going to get the other rook to h4.
Rook h4. Okay, sacking on
rook takes f5.
So if pawn takes,
I'm telling you, man, Greif is
then
on a
queen
roll.
Takes queen. Taking advantage of this. So bishop check first.
King to f8. That's okay. You still cannot take on f5.
Yeah, this now the
bishop
pawn's
to
actually
g6
pinned.
is going to be met by rook to f4.
Rook back to f4.
You cannot. Yeah, you cannot go bishop to f5. And now I have a feeling g4 just win.
Yeah, g4 looking good.
G4 was winning, but he decided not to go for
it. Rook h4.
Rook h4 is looking good. Rook h4 is going to be met by bishop g4, so you have to be a bit careful.
But then...
Oh, wait a minute. Rook takes h5 was winning.
Rook h5,
he decides
queen
to
h5.
Take rook h5, queen h5, rook f2 was winning. But he decides to take on e4.
A bishop back. f5.
f5. I mean, this is still good. This is still completely winning.
You play g4 now?
Rook takes h5 again. Rook takes h5 finishes the job. Is he gonna see the second
Only 20 seconds.
He did not see it.
But now the bishop's hit.
But this is good enough. Rook takes h3, finishes
rook h3.
The game.
Yeah, there's gonna go the g3 rook as well. We have resignation, and with that, Chicago clinches the Division 1 title. Season 3 champions, $5,000. Congratulations. This has been their first time in the finals, and they take down the now defeated Warsaw team for the first time this entire season.
And by the way, Red Nova might be losing that game, even though actually he's probably not. So Greif, the unsung hero, almost, of the University of Chicago.
Yeah, well, I mean, if a Wonder loses...
incredibly well throughout the playoffs.
Yeah. No, this is a very impressive Chicago team, and I mean, this is a Wonder Leong's first season with the team, and hopefully it's the first of many. The Chicago team is going to be a force to reckon with for years to come in the Collegiate Chess League.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It definitely feels like it.
and no Wonder's also just looking good here. So yeah, I mean that was the match. I guess looking to finish 10-6, but man, congrats to Warsaw. Like I said, this is their first season in the league, and they obviously did phenomenally well to make it this far. I mean, this is only their first loss, and they're gonna definitely be coming back next season.
And by the way, it seems like Chicago is just going to finish
Yeah, we have
this
resignation
match with a sweep
in that
4-0 in the last match.
Yeah, it was tied 6-6.
That's huge.
Wow, finishing
What a
strong.
dominant performance to finish this match and clinch the title. Congratulations to University of Chicago.
And we have GM Linear actually in the chat thanking us. And I just wanted to say thank you guys on a phenomenal season, and definitely looking forward to seeing you guys again next year, which actually our next season starting in February. But with that, I think Christian and I are going to take a quick break. We do have a couple more matches left. That concludes Division 1, but we have another match between some of the lower divisions. So if you guys want to stick around and watch that, please feel free to do so. But yeah, we're going to take a break.
Awesome. And Joe, I think that's actually I have to go.
All right.
So
Well, thank you so much.
That would be the last you see of me. I'm living on a high right now because
No, this
I'm
was
definitely
amazing.
buzzing after this victory.
No, I appreciate you
from
being here.
Chicago.
Definitely check out Christian at Count Live on Twitch. We have his link in the chat. And
it was a pleasure to commentary with you, Joe, and to commentate on such exciting chess. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks to everybody in the chat for the support, and thanks to all the teams that participated and pretty much helped collegiate chess raise its prestige with this season. And I'm definitely looking forward to see what you're going to do, Joe, in collaboration with chess.com, and to with all the partners are going to put together for next season. Definitely an exciting new league is shaping up to be this collegiate chess league.
Thank you very much, Christian. Really appreciate it. And thanks for being here as well. It's awesome stuff. And I'll see you later. Take care.
See you later, guys.